Chris, you warned us. You mentioned it all week. It's as good a stat sheet as perhaps you've seen in college basketball from St. Louis. When they start getting going the way they did, can you speak to kind of the challenges of the ways you try to at least slow them down a little bit that obviously couldn't do today?
No, you have to score. That's probably the biggest thing. And so when we didn't score early or much of the first half, that really makes it difficult because they're so electric and fast in transition, and all guys who can pass, so the ball changes side of the floor pretty quickly, and you have to be able to score at least at a reasonable pace. And I thought early we moved and we got some good shots, and when those don't go down and then the game is more comfortable for them, they present enough problems in the half court with Avila and the movement, but in the full court they're deadly, and we weren't able to keep them out of that.
You talk about the 34% shooting field goal for the game. I mean, how much of that was just an off-night shooting? We noticed that with Will Johnson. Yeah. How much is that off-night versus their tremendous defense as well?
Yeah, well, they are good defensively. They're long and athletic and obviously well coached. I thought Will had some open ones. I will say this, what I just said to the team, that's a poor statistical game, obviously, but he still competed and fought and scrapped and led and talked to the guys. So we'll take that every time. You're going to have, we needed him to shoot the ball well today, but more than today, we need him to be who he is, and that's somebody who's tough and ready to get back out there and play. And so there is some of that. We had just a few too many guys, not really make any, and you're going to need to do that because you have to introduce some game tension. Whereas if they feel free and it's a great crowd, and then it was just they overwhelmed us a little bit because of the transition.
They overwhelmed you a little bit. You brought out a different type of rotation in the second half. You saw Will Harper, saw Jalen Robinson instead of guys like Jaden Daughtry, Colin Tanner. Thoughts on why you made the switch and then what you liked from the freshmen?
Yeah, I think Will Harper, ever since he got back from, Will decided not to redshirt, and in the conversations there it was, we thought that he could catch some guys, even though we were already playing a lot of guys. We thought he could catch some guys, and I think he's demonstrated that for us in practice when he's gotten chances in games. Thought he was really good out there today. Similar, I mean, he's scrappy, tough. He's got in there, got us an offensive rebound in a really tough spot. So he naturally made some mistakes, but I think he has really just put himself in a position to have this kind of impact on the team. And, we thought he was doing well. And then I wanted to get Jalen some opportunity, not only at center, but at forward. And similar, I think Jalen, he's a little bit of a different dynamic for us and can help us. And so we want to have everybody we possibly can who's out there to be able to help us, and hopefully that will benefit us going forward.
How do you kind of make sure after a game like this that you do turn the page and turn the corner? And because obviously the games come kind of rapid fire.
They do, and I think that you can't dwell too much on the loss or that it feels so bad going through it, especially when you're at another gym. But you do have to focus on the things that we could do to be better. And so, some of the things we were trying to do defensively, we knew we would be in some tough situations because we're switching and having a guard on Avila. But it was also those were the possessions that took the most time, and that was fairly positive. And so, you need to be able to score, and that's something we've been able to do this year. This was the first game where it really, really, really was a grind for us to score. And just some opportunities there that didn't go our way. It would be hard to beat this team, with our best Richmond teams on their home floor today. But we didn't give ourselves enough of a chance by not scoring. So, I think you don't want to dwell on the loss or on the feeling of it during it. But you also want to see the things that you could do better and improve upon, and make sure that you can look good in case we see them again.
Back at it Wednesday at the Robbins Center against Rhode Island.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you,
I appreciate
Coach.
it.
Spider freshman Will Harper, for the first time, is our player of the game. Career high 17 points tonight, 4 of 9 from the floor, knocked down a couple of three-pointers, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, and 4 rebounds. Will, congratulations to you individually. Obviously, you would have liked a performance like that in a victory. How comfortable did you start to feel out there as the minutes started to pile up for you and you had some success?
I mean, I just try my best to do whatever I can to help my team win. So I go out there with a sense of confidence. I try to go out there and just give my team whatever I can. I'm not really like fazed by all the bright lights and crowds and stuff like that. I just try to do whatever I can to help the team.
Some games you have gotten in later in the game, others earlier, like today. How do you get that mindset ready as soon as your name is called?
It's just a stay ready mentality. I talk to Coach a lot. He just tell me my time is coming and be ready for it. And that was today, so I just have to be ready for when my name is called, and I was ready today.
As a player, Will, you can practice for preparing an offense like this, to practice against the type of defense, but then it's another thing when you get to the game versus what you see on film. And speak to what you saw out there with just the St. Louis roster and the way that they play.
I mean, it's a really good team from top to bottom, a lot of aggression, a lot of tall, aggressive guards. So for me, I was just going out there, building my confidence slowly and just getting a feel for the game. And then once I got the feel for a game, I was able to attack and find my spots and do what I can.
That's great. Where do you think you guys go from here? Obviously, we talked about this as kind of have a short-term memory on it.
Yeah.
Heading back, you've got a game on Wednesday. Presumably, this is the top team in the Atlantic 10 right now. What does it take to effectively turn you guys into a team that can compete and beat a team like St. Louis?
I mean, I think as a team, I think we needed this. I think it was kind of like a wake-up call. This is the top team, one of the top teams in the conference. So I think for us, we just go back and look at the film and see what we did wrong, see a lot of the mental mistakes, the not boxing out on the rebounds, different stuff like that. We just have to key that in and work on it in practice, and hopefully we'll get a better result.
Hey, there were plenty of times today, Will, when you're on the court, Aiden Argabright is on the court, another true freshman. Jalen Robinson's on the court, redshirt freshman. Does that run through your mind a little bit that, hey, we're the youth, but, we're coming?
I mean, not really. I don't really see like freshman, sophomore, senior. I mean, in this college game, people are old, people are young. It don't really matter now. You just go out there and just do what you can. I mean, they all got the same jersey, so you just go out there and play.
Well, that said, and Coach Mooney alluded to it when we just talked to him. As a freshman, you had the opportunity, if you had wanted, to redshirt, which a couple of guys did.
Right.
You elected not to. Can you kind of take us through that process, why you didn't? I think a performance like today kind of answers that question a little bit. But in your mind, why you wanted to play immediately?
I mean, I was talking to Coach a lot. We had a lot of conversations. I think I couldn't sit. I just love the game too much. I couldn't sit there and not have the opportunity to go and perform how I want to. And I just want to help the team win. That's all I really want to do. I'm a winner at the end of the day. So I saw that there was spots where my team they could use me. So I decided not to redshirt. And yeah.
Well, congratulations on your individual performance today, and those winning games are coming. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Will Harper.